Welcome to This Explainer. I've got to say, I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we're tackling a concept that literally blew my mind. We're going to bridge this massive, global scale of technology right down to the actual chair you're sitting in right now. It's a fascinating, honestly, kind of deeply personal journey from the psychology of complex algorithms straight down to exactly how you lock your computer screen. So, does AI know you better than you know yourself? For a long time, we kind of just thought of artificial intelligence as, a really fast calculator, a machine that processes what we do. But the reality today, it is so much more profound. Take a second and really think about this. AI isn't just analyzing our actions anymore. It's actually learning how we think. It's learning how we react, what scares us, what excites us, and what precisely captures our attention. This is a fundamental shift from simply analyzing data to deeply understanding human psychology. Think about the sheer volume of information you generate every single day. I mean, did you know the average person generates over a megabyte of behavioral data daily without even realizing it? We're talking your searches, your likes, your comments, even those tiny micro-hesitations, like how fast you scroll past an image or how many milliseconds you hover over a specific headline. Every single click tells this vividly detailed story about who you are. And these AI systems, they're just sitting there quietly learning from all of it. They're piecing together a remarkably accurate profile of you, based entirely on this invisible digital footprint. Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to hit 1. The invisible AI threat. 2. The engagement machine. 3. Your data as a target. 4. The human vulnerability. 5. Daily digital defenses. And finally, 6. Privacy equals freedom. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The invisible AI threat. Technology is learning human weaknesses.
What we are witnessing right now is completely unprecedented. For the first time in human history, technology is actively mapping human weaknesses, and it's doing it at a massive global scale. And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie. It's happening quietly in the background of our everyday apps through these daily data trails, searches, comments, location history. But here's the crucial part. AI isn't just looking at this list as raw, boring information. It's hunting for emotional patterns. The algorithm literally wants to know what makes you angry, what makes you anxious, what makes you engage. Because if it can map those emotional triggers, it can completely predict your future behavior.
Section 2. The engagement machine. Systems optimized entirely for human attention.
Just think about how much time we spend online. Social media, streaming, scrolling news feeds. Almost every major platform uses AI to decide what you see first, and it's optimized entirely for one specific metric: human attention. AI has figured out that we humans are, well, surprisingly predictable. We react intensely to fear, conflict, drama, validation, and curiosity. And the systems learn these patterns incredibly fast. Not because the tech has some malicious intent, but simply because emotional reactions drive engagement. And engagement, keeping your eyes glued to the screen to serve you more ads, is the undisputed core business model of the internet. And because of this relentless drive for engagement, we end up trapped in these filter bubbles. I mean, we've all been there, right? You go down that 2 a.m. rabbit hole of outrage videos or controversial opinions. Imagine you watch just one emotionally charged video. The algorithm instantly clocks your spike in attention and serves you another one just like it, then another. Soon, you're inside this invisible self-reinforcing loop. The AI has figured out the precise emotional recipe to keep you watching. The wildest part? Most users never even notice it's happening because everything in that bubble feels so perfectly personalized and comfortable. So we're looking at a razor-thin line between personalization and manipulation. On one hand, personalization feels great, it's relevant, it's helpful content. It feels like the system just naturally gets you. But manipulation, that's taking that exact same data and using it to predict and actively influence your emotional states to drive your decisions. Where exactly do we draw that line? When companies are fiercely competing for every single second of human attention and AI is scaling this invisible influence, personalization can very easily tip over into behavioral control. We have to really start asking ourselves, who decides the ethical boundaries of this technology?
Section 3. Your data as a target. A criminal goldmine.
Now, if your behavioral data is this incredibly valuable to massive tech algorithms, you better believe it's just as valuable to malicious attackers and cybercriminals. The sensitive information we handle every day, customer details, medical info, credit data, passwords, is a massive target. But here is a crucial detail people often miss. Even information that seems entirely harmless on its own becomes highly dangerous when an attacker treats it like puzzle pieces. For instance, combining the name of your pet that you casually posted online with your work email address, That can easily give an attacker the exact pieces they need to breach a system. It is all connected.
Section 4. The human vulnerability. Cybersecurity starts with you.
Protecting this incredibly sensitive data isn't just something you can push off to the IT department. You can't just buy a fancy piece of software and assume your organization is perfectly safe. True information security relies heavily on every single employee and digital citizen. And the most common way our human vulnerability is exploited today is through phishing. This is where an attacker tries to trick you into clicking a bad link, downloading an infected file, or simply handing over your passwords. The stark reality of cybersecurity today is that most major corporate attacks, they don't start with a hacker aggressively smashing through complex firewalls. They start with a simple human error, someone just clicking the wrong link. So how do we actually spot these attempts? Watch out for urgent messages or threats. The classic, your account will be blocked in 24 hours, panic inducers. Look out for requests for personal info, weird sender addresses, or strange typos. And a major, almost comical one that still works all the time, an unusual request from a manager or CEO asking you to urgently transfer funds, or my absolute favorite, demanding you run out to buy 20 iTunes gift cards for a client. The golden rule here is incredibly simple. Never click in a hurry. Always take a breath, pause, and verify unusual requests through a completely different communication channel. Section 5. Daily Digital Defenses. Actionable Desk Habits. Instead of feeling anxious about these massive digital threats, let's empower ourselves with direct, actionable habits you can implement at your desk today, whether you're in a corporate office or sitting at your kitchen table. Let's start with passwords. Did you know automated tools can crack an 8-character password in less than a minute? It's crazy. You absolutely need a minimum of 12 characters, mixing letters, numbers, and symbols, and never reuse them. But step 3 is the absolute game changer here, multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Enable this everywhere. It acts as a secondary lock, so even if an attacker completely steals your strong password, they are entirely blocked without that second verification step. Now, there's a fascinating irony when it comes to safe AI usage. We use incredible tools like ChatGPT to boost our productivity. But if we use them recklessly, we can accidentally leak the exact company data we're trying to protect. To use AI safely, step 1 is to strictly use only approved AI tools. Step 2, and this is a big one, never, ever input sensitive, medical, or confidential business data into a public AI prompt. The second you press enter, the organization loses control of that data forever. And step 3, never blindly rely on AI outputs without independently checking them for accuracy. We also have to think about our physical space. This is the clean desk and clean screen rule. It sounds incredibly basic, but a quick coffee run that leaves an unlocked screen behind is literally an open invitation for trouble. Whether you're at a busy coffee shop or in your own office, always lock your computer when you step away. Do not plug in unapproved random USB drives you found lying around, and never leave sensitive printed documents exposed on your desk. Section 6. Privacy equals freedom. Protecting human autonomy. So, how do these daily digital habits at our desks tie back into those massive AI algorithms we started with? Let's connect the dots. Massive threats rely entirely on simple human errors, but they're consistently defeated by basic digital defenses. Unauthorized access relies on weak passwords, but it's stopped cold by MFA. Phishing attacks rely on rushed, panicked clicking, but they're completely neutralized the moment you simply pause to verify. Data leaks happen through unapproved AI use, but are prevented by sticking to approved tools. Your daily awareness and your quick reporting of anything suspicious are the ultimate shields against these global digital threats. Which brings us to this incredibly powerful thought. Privacy is not only about hiding information, it's about protecting human autonomy. Think about that for a second. If we truly want the ability to think independently and make decisions freely, we must be able to exist without constant and visible behavioral analysis. By locking down our data and practicing good digital hygiene, we aren't just following boring IT rules. We are actively protecting our freedom from invisible algorithmic influence. I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. What does it actually mean to remain human in a world increasingly shaped by intelligent systems? Every time you pause before clicking a link, every time you protect your data, you're taking a stand for your digital autonomy. Take control of your daily habits, stay deeply curious about how these systems work, and hey, thank you so much for joining me in this explainer today.